What is up, people? We are we are currently in the top eight of the Mount Silver Invitational. Any players that win, uh, anyone that needs to anyone that wants an invite to the Mount Silver Invitational, since this is an LCQ, have to win this match or these top eight matches in order to advance. So
Yes.
yeah, if you want to talk about them a little bit, you can.
Okay, so here we go. We got game one of OE versus SpringsVGC. Unlike our last stream game, we do have different teams this time, which is always a nice thing to. We're going to see on the side of Springs. We're going to see Rayoker, Insin, Tojikis, not Tojikis, Togedemaru, Stakataka, and Tapufini. While OE is piloting a team very similar to Graham's team with the Metacham, Lunala, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Kyogre, and Nihilego. So this matchup, at least from what I'm seeing, is going to come down a lot to what speed control both people. I mean, you definitely can see it on Owi's side. He's going to want that tail end up. So, I mean, if Springs decides to, I'm not sure if he has it, but that could definitely turn the tides. As well as Tailwind or Icy Wind on would be enough to kind of negate some of the effects of that Tailwind and make it a little more. We're going to see the Incineroar Rayquaza lead into the Lunala Metacham lead from OE. Trey, what do you really think they're going to do here?
Okay, so what I think that they're going to do, I think most likely Springs probably has a Z move on Incineroar because Stag Attacker don't normally carry a Z move, and the Rayquaza obviously can't carry a Z move. So I think one thing that Springs can do here is like either go for a fake out on a Metacham, predicting something, and then try to maybe crunch or do something like that. But we actually see a fake out go onto Rayquaza. And we also see a Tailwind go into Lunala, and we do see the Z move, but the Z move actually goes into Lunala.
And that will pick
Destroy.
up the one hit KO.
Yeah,
Yes.
and now the Metacham and the Kyogre are in a position to just try to take two knockouts pretty much because although the Metacham is at -1, it still gets huge power. So so it's still able to OHKO this Incineroar, and the Rayquaza
Yes.
can and the Rayquaza doesn't take a -1, not -1, but
Yes.
like it doesn't take an ice beam.
Icy.
So
And we do see the switch into the Togedemaru here, trying to let that Incineroar live a little longer, just to be OHKO'd by High Jump Kick. That does mean that it's not the Focus Sash item or the Sturdy ability, which is good information for OE here. Ice Beam goes into the Kyogre, and we see the Fake Out come out from Incineroar into the opposing, but the Water Spout coming out after being hit by a High Jump Kick from Metacham, not picking up the KO on either of this.
right, Little O is or I guess OE is actually in a pretty good position right now just because he's under Tailwind. He has that other stuff, and he actually predicts a switch out. Or not predicts switch out. He goes for the Water Sprout and the high jump kick on the Incineroar slot, but his Rayquaza actually switches in there and now kind of deals now is dealing a lot of offensive pressure right now uh, just because yeah.
Yeah, I mean, OE is out of speed control here, and that is definitely a problem. As Springs Kyogre reveals the Icy Wind, this, I mean, it doesn't hit the Kyogre due to that protect, but Metacham, even though it's still alive, is definitely slower here, and it's not as see the Icy Wind pick up the KO, and now OE's Kyogre is also Icy Winded. And since he has no Pokemon left in the back, he is not going to be able to switch out and reset those speed. The
Right.
Lele comes in, and this is an interesting spot because OE still has the offensive pressure of this Tapu Lele, but assuming that there is a high probability, at least, that it's Choice Scarf Tapu Lele, and he needs to pick his moves very carefully here. He can go for the Moonblast, pick up the KO on the Incineroar, which would also deal with that. But since Kyogre is very specially defensive, you're not going to be able to get the one hit KO on that, and that could definitely be a problem if Springs has something to deal with that. But instead, we just see the Psyshock and the Water Spout picking up both Pokemon
Most likely
and
this is Scarflele, so we can see.
Yep,
Yeah, we see.
and we do see it is Scarflele, Psyshock picking up the KO on Rayquaza, and Lil O takes game 1.
Right, and now we're on to game 2. Some things that we can take away from the first game is that the Lunala just set up Tailwind and let the Kyogre just sweep in the back. So I mean, as long as O just kind of abuses that from his team and kind of just does it again, then he could be in a fine spot. I maybe we could see a fake out TR play come out from Springs, but even then, like it's still kind of risky to do that. Just because
Okay, we do see the Metacham Lunala lead like last game, but into the Incineroar Kyogre league from Springs. This definitely a very strong lead, I would say. Covers many of Owi's options here. If he goes for, on to... Oh, and Springs just fakes out the Metacham here.
Huh.
Lunala gets upset, but that Water Spout takes out Metacham immediately. Kyogre does come in for free, and it definitely a lot here, being able to pick up the 1-hit KO with any... since it's at full health and Tailwind in the heavy. Lunala here is also not dead, unlike last, so it can go for things like that Psyshock that we see. Water Spout coming in, not doing too much damage, but the Origin Pulse from Springs Kyogre takes out Lunala, bringing in Tapu Lele as Owi's last Pokemon. Here, Tapu Fini does come in, taking those attacks. This puts Owi in an interesting position, as Springs has the ability here, if he chooses, to cycle terrain, get rid of that Psychic Terrain, but instead he does immediately switch out and just goes for the Icy Wind, as Psyshock and Water Spout take out the Kyogre. Rayquaza comes in, but now if he has Protect, this would be a great time to stall out the Tailwind, and then put Springs in a very good position due to the lack of speed control and the speed drops from the Icy Wind on Owi's Pokemon.
Right. Still, you know, the Kyogre is still in a pretty good position right now, especially since, or not, well, how do I say this? Both or I guess both Kyogre and Layla are still in a pretty good spot right now because Rayquaza has to go for does he go for a Dragon Ascent on the Kyogre and does he get a KO while also being under Psychic Terrain and getting a knockout from Psyshock, or does he go for a Dragon Ascent onto Lele and risk the chance of dying dead in Ice Beam? So yeah, there's.
I mean, both had very interesting positions here because they had to make the read correctly.
Right.
We do see opting to switch out the Rayquaza for the instant, but just get caught by a Water Spout, and in the end we see Lele one-shot with the, and that is the end of game 2,
Right.
and the end of the set. Well played by both sides. And I think definitely the key to this was the speed control from Owi. I mean, just getting Tailwind up turn 1 both games, huge in the amount of pressure that he was able to apply with. And I think this was definitely what led him to win this.
Right. Congratulations, Owi, for getting a spot in the Invitational. We'll be right back for some more matches for these qualifier matches.